Good evening. This is Bear Action News at 11 p.m. I'm your anchor, Stan Sanderson. Tonight, a bear man was spotted today streaking bear in the San Francisco Wax Museum. The police apprehended him, citing his bare knuckles as deadly weapons. That's it for news, as the rest of it happened at 3:48 p.m. yesterday. I'll throw it over to sports with Kevin Ketch. Kevin.
Hey, this is Kevin Ketch. I'm live in front of the green screen just to tell you that, there is a women's World Cup for soccer, and B, the United States team won, which means that every other country in the world has to quit playing, quote, football out of, quote, crippling embarrassment because they were beaten by America. Back to you, Stan.
All right, Kevin. Hey, thanks for that sports update. How about them ladies, huh? We're going to kick over to weather with Stormy Shores. Stormy, how's it looking this weekend?
Why, thank you. This is Stormy Shores, and if we look at this map right now, we can see the heat wave is just coming right in at us. I am sweating like crazy. How about you over there? Yeah, no answer required.
Hey, it's Kevin. Hey, cameraman, you want to do the thing when you bring like all three of us on the screen at the same time, real quick? All right, hey,
we're gonna do some smiles and B-roll shots.
Yeah, we'll do a little banter. Stormy, is that your real name? Like, that doesn't seem like a name that people could have.
Why, no, actually, this is my stage name, just for all you fans out there.
So you've been lying to the people this entire time.
I've been bending the truth. Stormy's a nickname.
Well, you know what? Stormy? That is what we do best. Am I right, Stan? Haha, yeah, good times.
Haha, yeah. Joke's on you. This is not the Bear Action News at 11.
What?
This is the Bear versus Mancast.
Oh,
and it's
sweet.
not at 11.
Shit, I wanted to watch the news.
Well, we might have time for that. Yeah, we have a. I don't know if it's fair to call him a special guest anymore.
He was only on one episode. He's still a little
special.
Yeah,
all right. Special guest
our fairly special guest, Joe, is here.
Yeah,
I like that. Fairly special. Kind of special?
Fairly special is a little more funny to me.
If I return more and more, I lose the special.
Yeah, that's true.
I just become regular.
Then you just become that fucker
guest.
Joe.
Like,
I become normalized.
We got a guest today. I don't know. That guy's over there. I like that.
I like it too. Okay. I'm into it.
Yeah, welcome to the Bear vs. Mancast. This is, I may have counted incorrectly, but I believe this is episode 20.
Of the officially sanctioned numbered episodes. Yes,
of the numbered episode.
This is an episode 20, yes.
Not only is this episode 20, but today is also July 8th, 2015.
Whoa.
And it is hot.
It is.
I cannot stress this enough.
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, it's sweltering over here.
People like to play games. They say, oh, New England gets really cold. New England gets kind of hot, too.
Nay. New England gets kind of hot.
Not like your iPhone turned off because it was so hot.
That happened to me.
I kind of...
Well, actually, one time I was doing some yard work in the sun, and I had my iPhone out.
I put my phone in my freezer today because it was running a little hot.
Yeah, that just
Androids, right?
Yeah, HTC. Or am I right?
Hey, it's got a metal case. I love it.
There's your problem right there, Joe.
Yeah, it's really good if you ever need to, like, bake your phone.
Oh, up top. Is it waterproof?
Yeah, let me just put it in a cup.
Do you make those?
Yeah, they do make those.
Yeah,
Someone makes those somewhere.
Yep.
Hey, all right, so, formalities. Bear vs. Mancast. It's a podcast. It's about video games. I am Nick.
I'm Stan. Shit.
Oh, god damn it, Stan. I mean, Ryan. Shit, I did it too.
You did it too. My name's Ryan. What's up?
Joe, introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm the fairly special guest, Joe.
All right. Mm-hmm. And this is the video game podcast about nothing. We talk about bullshit and video games and news.
Manure.
And, sometimes. Good one. Write that one down. Write that down.
Writing it down.
Okay. And now that the formalities are aside, we're just gonna do fucking whatever we want.
We're gonna fuck whatever we want.
Last week I talked about movies.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I watched more movies.
Stop that.
Joe, what are your thoughts on Transformers 4: Age of Extinction?
The Mark Wahlberg movie?
The Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, it should have been called Transformers:
Marky Mark Edition.
The Mark Wahlberg one. What were your thoughts? I'm sure you saw it in theater with your brother, so please tell me what you thought about it.
For us, the Transformers franchise is a family gathering. We all go to the movie for that.
Is your sister going too?
Yep.
Like everybody, the whole family?
The whole family.
That's elaborate. So what was the general consensus afterwards?
It was all right. Personally, it was... Shia LaBeouf actually did a pretty decent job.
At what?
At being, that teenager in distress who's kind of crazy. But
so you didn't appreciate Mark Wahlberg just breathlessly, just lines coming out of his mouth constantly, just, oh yeah, I'm making inventions. What do you do in college? That's what I do, and just going on and on. Like you didn't appreciate that?
I did enjoy the female roles.
You appreciated the underage daughter who they like couldn't stop go for more than like 30 minutes without talking about how she was underage.
I do not recall any of that information.
That was like a key plot device, bro.
No, I think it was just because, like, a 40-year-old was like, yeah.
That guy wasn't that old, but he had a card. He had a special card that represented the law that supposedly allowed them to date. I don't know.
Well,
I'm not Michael Bay. I don't understand.
He's probably one of those creepy people who like know the age of consent in every state.
Yeah, probably. He seems like that kind of type. So but that movie is not very good. It's not great.
It's not.
Sure.
It's not the best Transformers movie.
Which is the best Transformers movie, Joe?
No, now you're putting me on the spot.
No, it's like, oh, they're all so good. I don't know.
No. I'd have to say, I'm actually between 1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I've seen any of them, so I'll just have to take your word for it.
One has the iconic,
the scene where Shia LaBeouf yells "Bumblebee."
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. So here's the weird thing. I think it's the end of the first movie. Shia LaBeouf makes friends with Bumblebee, right?
Yep.
And then he just like makes out with Megan Fox on top of Bumblebee.
Yeah, he's like a super chill bro.
Yeah, but it's like, Joe, you and I are friends.
But you
or like here, Ryan, you and I are
you?
friends. Would it make you uncomfortable if I made out with someone on top of you?
Yes.
So then why he's doing that to his boy Bumblebee is beyond me. It doesn't make any sense. He's just like, oh well, Bumblebee, he's a robot. He's an object that I can just treat like trash. He's not a person. He's not a friend.
It's the
yeah, but do Transformers bang?
No.
Okay, so they don't give a shit.
No.
Maybe
it's
he just does. Yeah, so you're saying he didn't know what was happening, so he was cool with it.
Yeah,
I can see that too.
So he just Googled it. Did you say?
I was thinking about Googling it. Do Transformers bang? And
so he just connects to his 4G connection and goes, "What is happening right now?"
It's just like, do Transformers bang? Site : fanfiction.net. Mm-hmm. Okay, so on the subject of Michael Bay movies, I watched a good Michael Bay movie as well.
Do those exist?
Yes, they do. Do you have any idea what movie I could be possibly talking about?
No.
Yeah.
It's a little movie called Pain and Gain, starring Mark Wahlberg and the motherfucking Rock.
No. Oh, absolutely not.
What, you didn't like that movie?
No, that movie was awful.
So good. It was so funny.
Such a bad movie.
What are you talking about? You probably thought it was like serious or something. It's like way tongue in cheek.
No, I totally understand that. It was like kind of harsh to watch though. Just like, come on, really? You have to
remember that it's based on a true story and a little bit exaggerated, but it's like it's totally hilarious. The Rock is like a born again Christian. He like spends certain scenes in the movie just carrying around a skateboard. And if you had asked me what's the one thing I think I will be most likely to see in my entire life, I would say The Rock holding a skateboard. But he did it. He went for it. And then eventually The Rock becomes addicted to cocaine after he makes friends with Tony Shalhoub, who's this like self-made rich guy in Miami who they like torture the crap out of and steal his money. It's ridiculous. Have you ever seen the movie Fargo,
No.
Joe?
Yes.
Okay, it's Pain and Gain is Fargo for a new generation.
Yeah, but Fargo was really good.
It's less subtle. It's not as good as Fargo. Fargo's obviously a classic movie, but it's the same general concept. But it has The Rock doing tons of cocaine in it. It has a kind of a surprising cast of characters in it. Like Rebel Wilson is in that movie. Also known as the fat lady from Pitch Perfect? Is that what that movie is called?
Which movie?
Wait, what?
Pitch Perfect?
Yeah, that's the singing one with
Yeah,
Anna Kendrick.
but like Rebel Wilson plays the fat lady in it, and she's in that movie as well.
Yeah, but Pitch Perfect is the best movie ever made.
Ryan,
Right, calm down.
2015.
Calm down, Ryan. I'm going to tell you guys about one more movie I watched so we can just move on with our lives.
Okay.
I watched a movie called Ricky O, The Story of Ricky O.
Who is Ricky O?
Sorry, Ricky O, The Story of Ricky is the title of this movie. You can watch it on YouTube, so I suggest that everyone go and watch it right now.
No.
It's a kung fu movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Joe, have you seen it?
No. It's YouTube only.
I don't know if it's YouTube only, but if you can watch on YouTube, why would you go looking anywhere else for it?
Because I can use Netflix, HBO Go, Stars Play, Showtime,
I don't think it's
anytime.
on any of those. So this is Ricky O, The Story of Ricky, is a kung fu movie about a young man who is incarcerated in prison in the year 2001.
Mm-hmm.
In the bleak future of 2001. It was created in 1999. Or, sorry, 1991. So it's a pretty old movie. And I thought it was going to be a bad kung fu movie. The person who asked me, or who said you should watch it, told me that it was a bad kung fu movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, like, a hilarious gore fest, which sounds off-putting,
Yes.
but it's so ridiculous. It's amazing. So going into it, I didn't know that it was like that. And then it's kind of has some intro scenes where he gets incarcerated in the prison. They show us like a little introduction for him and some of the other people who are going in at the same time as him. And then like there's a scene where there's this guy who he gets roughed up by some of the other inmates who have like a higher status than him. And like they use this improvised weapon to like really like mess him up. And like I was like, ooh, that's really gruesome. Like that's that's a lot.
Wait, are you able to be specific about this improvised weapon? Is it like a shank?
No, it looked to me like it was like a piece of wood with like a knife sticking out of it. It was really weird. I was like, I could only assume it was like a Chinese shank. I think it's supposed to take place in like China or something. Like a lot of people are Chinese, but it's actually a Japanese movie because it's based on a manga.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
So it's got those brutal scenes like the On Bak movie, or was that the one? What's the one where he punches the guy
bloody.
down into oblivion in the showdown?
Oh, Ip Man?
Oh,
Where he
yeah,
just, like,
that
pummels the crap out of that one Japanese black belt.
Yeah, that guy.
That's such a good fight
That
scene.
was a great movie.
And so like that scene, as that scene is like wrapping up, like the guy who's like, yeah, we totally owned that old guy who was like disrespecting us. He goes to like leave the room, and Ricky comes in, like trips him, and he falls, and there's like a piece of wood with 6 nails sticking out of it laying on the ground, and he like impales like his hand and his like his face on it. And you're just like, oh, I get it. So, like, Ricky, he's like a badass. So he's coming in here, and he's going to disrespect the authority. He's going to kick their butt and, like, restore order. And that's how I thought the movie was going to go. Next, like, couple scenes later, the authority, like, gets this big giant guy to attack Ricky in the shower. So Ricky, like, he's like, okay, well, I'm going to fight you with Kung Fu. First move, Ricky just disembowels the guy with his hand. And then the next guy comes at him, and he just punches a hole clean through him. And I was like, oh, okay, it's this kind of movie. Sweet. And then it's revealed that, like, Ricky has superhuman powers, and he just, like, he just obliterates. He turns everyone into a red mist that he touches. And that was like the least ridiculous thing that happened in that movie. Long story short, I love that movie. I'm so glad I watched it. I thought it was going to be just like a fun, kind of bad kung fu movie. And admittedly, the kung fu is bad. It's just like one person does some kung fu moves to the other person, and they take turns like doing kung fu at each other until something like bloody happens.
Until an outside like entity interferes in it.
More or less. Or he just goes like, this battle is over, and just like punches a hole through him.
They like just doing like a kung fu off, and then all of a sudden someone gets shot.
Pretty much. Well, actually, there is some gun violence, but it's like even more outrageous than you'd think it would be. And there's also this weird, like, I think like Ricky's girlfriend like got captured by heroin dealers, so he doesn't like heroin. I don't know. It's crazy. It's on YouTube. It's pretty great, but I'm glad I'm giving everyone a warning about the gore because I did not have that, and I was like, at first I was like, I don't know you guys, and then I was like, yeah, all right, this is good. They're embracing it. They're going all in on this one. Yeah, man, kung fu movies, and I am going to someday watch Iceman. Although
I want you to watch Iceman probably more than anything.
It's like I looked at that movie and it's super recent and it has Donnie Yang in it, and I like, this doesn't seem like a bad movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Which one's Iceman?
So Ryan, you actually watched it, but it's
Yeah.
Donnie Yang. So it's a guy from Ip Man, but he's frozen in a block of ice, and then he's thawed out in like present day, and then he kung fu fights with people.
Guys,
So there's like,
it's Avatar.
okay, so the setup of the movie is like they've excavated like 3 super duper kung fu dudes from somewhere, and then their truck that's transporting them gets like shoved into a cliff, and then they all thaw out, and then the guy, was it Johnny Yang?
Donnie, yeah.
Donnie? He's like, he gets out and he's like, I'm in the future, what the fuck? And the action sequences are just hilarious. It kind of reminds me of like
Captain America.
No, I was gonna say Jackie Chan movies.
Austin Powers.
No,
We're
Jackie
both,
Chan movies. What's that?
mostly just because they're fucking hilarious.
I'm just listing off famous heroes or movies that
Look at
involve
Frozen.
unfreezing.
Futurama. So that's on my watch list. There's also a Jackie Chan movie. Something about him being a cop or something.
Who?
Jackie Chan. It's like
Is
a pretty famous movie.
Is it Project A?
No, it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty famous Jackie Chan movie. And
Is it the Shinjuku incident?
Drunken
No.
Master.
But Operation Falcon? Is that what the movie was called?
Oh, Operation Condor?
Operation Condor. That's not what I'm talking about. But that movie's fucking awesome. Just a good old fashioned Jackie Chan Shanghai kung fu movie.
Oh, fucking Jackie Chan makes me
Jackie Chan
incredibly
movies
excited.
are awesome in general.
It's like just like Jackie Chan like going through the desert with like 3 women, and then he just gets into wacky adventures. It's so good.
I think
good.
every movie of his, he gets into wacky adventures.
Yeah, pretty much. He's the wackiest kung fu master of all time. Guys, you guys want to talk about video games?
Sure,
Yeah.
I've wasted so much time talking about
you have.
Ricky O. Okay. All right. Joe, I'll let you go first. You can tell us about a game that you played this week.
All right.
I'll allow it.
All right.
But Joe,
that
you
sounds
better
good.
pick your most favoriteest one.
All right. Well, so actually, this week I didn't play other than console games. Like I was playing Battlefield Hardline with John, and some Fire Emblem Awakening. But we've talked about that before.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But
Yeah,
my primary
we talked that shit today.
yeah, my primary focus this week was mobile gaming, which I am very new to. I don't really touch that just out of like it's not a necessity. I'm usually around a console at all times. But I had some Google Play cash I could spend that didn't cost me anything to get, so I went and bought a bunch of games.
Can we hear that story now?
Oh, yeah. So for all you Android users, there's an app called Google Opinion Rewards.
Oh, Jesus.
And Google sends you a survey, and it's like 2 to 3 questions, yes, no, or strongly disagree to strongly agree, and you get cash for it. It's always less than $1, but you get, like, I've answered a 3-answer question the other day, got 30 cents. You know what?
For a question?
Yeah. It was just like, do you like to shop? I'm like, yes. They're like, oh, right, here's 19 cents.
One question, 19 cents?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's incredibly easy. And so now I've got like $20. So I've been buying mobile games.
Nice.
So I picked up Lifeline.
Oh, good.
Sweet.
I don't know if any of you have ever heard of it. I've actually started playing it now.
Wait, are you asking us if we've heard of it?
Yeah.
You must not listen to podcasts very often.
When did you guys talk about Lifeline?
For 2 whole episodes.
Oh.
Yeah, probably like
Fine, I'll skip
a
Lifeline.
month ago and 3 weeks ago,
Okay.
respectively.
All right. Well, I wasn't here.
Well, Joe, do you fucking like it? You can like tell us about it.
No, I really like it so far. I'm not a fan of what the character.
Oh, I like Taylor.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him. He's
Except
such
for when he's a little...
yeah,
he's a
he's
bitch.
he's a
an
whiny
everyman.
He's a whiny baby.
He's goofy. He's clearly a millennial. Or he's relatable.
He's clearly a millennial.
No,
Tell me he's not a millennial.
No, he's a whiny baby.
That's what I thought.
And
I mean, odds are, yeah, just because of like
Yeah.
when that game probably takes place.
he's like probably a millennial in the sense of like the year 3000 because space travel's involved.
Alternate timeline, bro.
But yeah, no, he's a whiny baby, and he every time I tell him to do something, he's like, "I can't. I'm just a student," and I go, "Suck it up and do it."
It's hard.
Yeah, the very first time I was just like, "Go to the mountain. Go to the
Looks
mountain.
really far.
Climb
It's
the
gonna get
mountain."
dark.
And then it was just like, "Oh crap! I got a compound fracture. I'm dead."
What?
Yeah. I kept sending him to the mountain, and he's like, "Should I go to the crash site?" I'm like, "No, you keep going to that mountain."
Yeah, my Taylor also shattered his femur.
When I got to the mountain, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. When I got to the mountain, I did not climb it. Does that mean that every time you try and climb the mountain, you just die?
No, because I lasted for a long time.
Yeah,
after
no,
that.
no. They make you go like,
Wait, he broke his femur and then just like walked it off?
no.
Wait,
Like he shatters
yes.
his like what? Wait, you got
Ryan's
to continue?
Taylor.
Yeah.
No, mine
fuck
was
that.
like,
dude, if you break your femur, you're done.
yeah, mine was
That's
mine was
it.
game over. Mine was, hey, oh no, I just shattered something in my leg. The bone is sticking out. I'm gonna pass out from shock. Game over.
I don't know. I got through a similar scenario. It might not have been that bad.
Compound fracture? Because compound
He
fracture.
definitely like
that's not
broke
nothing to
his
fuck with.
leg. Somehow.
Yeah, no, mine was bad, and then it just.
But
was
I'm like,
do you want to restart?
But I'm like moon gravity, so who cares?
yeah, but the moon's gravity could be greater than other gravities. It's just a moon. That just means it's a satellite of a planet.
It's a moon, not necessarily our moon.
Yeah.
Although I
All
did
right.
have that thought immediately. Like he landed on a moon. I was like, oh my god, he's on Earth's moon. That's the twist.
Yeah, but I was like, where are you? He's like, I have no idea. So he would have had to be coming from another planet.
Wait, but who says he's from Earth?
Yeah, no, that's...
He's probably from another planet, and he journeyed to the Milky Way galaxy. And I was just like, what is this strange place I've never been to?
Yeah, no, he totally
Perspective, Joe.
But what
Alternate reality, bro.
I would have liked more storylines.
I
do you mean?
was unable to determine how many storylines there truly were.
Yeah.
Well, considering I played through the whole game and never encountered breaking my femur, I'm like, well, that's cool.
Yeah, no. To do that, you really had to try. Because I pretty much said, climb it or I won't talk to you ever again. Did you
Joe,
you play
you're
with
ruthless, man.
Did you play speedy mode or did you?
No,
Okay,
never.
good. Yeah, you just let him talk to you whenever.
Yeah. Yeah, because my main complaint with that game is that, like, it should have been a book, and once you kill Taylor, it needs to be over, no matter what happens.
Or you get a different survivor or something.
I would have accepted that, but it would have been
not
less
heavy
cool.
rain, Joe.
That's what I want out of this dollar game.
You only paid $1 for it?
Yeah, it was on sale.
Oh,
I
okay.
paid $3.
I was gonna say, I feel ripped off. I paid $3 whole for it. I paid 3 times as much as Joe did. This is bullshit.
Well, Joe got it for free because he did.
Yeah, I did.
Bullshit.
I did like 4
'Cause it has to be-
surveys.
but- So don't leave us in suspense. They asked you, do you like to shop?
I love
Do you-
shopping.
Do you? Okay.
I am pumped
Good.
for this Amazon July 15th event. If you haven't heard,
What are you talking
Google, if you're listening, Joe likes to shop.
yes, Google and
Give us all
Amazon.
19 cents, please.
Both of you. I am a very avid shopper. So July 15th, Amazon's 20th anniversary. They're going to be having lightning deals all day starting midnight Pacific time.
Sweet.
And
I hope it's on just random stuff.
it's supposed to be bigger than Black Friday. So it's going to include almost everything and anything you can think of.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's really exciting, actually.
Yeah, I know. Do you want me to just hit the other mobile game I did?
No, tell me about BLEK, because I saw that you played that game.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? What is this?"
It's a puzzle game.
This
basically,
isn't a game.
Ryan, you haven't heard of BLEK, have you?
Nope.
Yeah. So BLEK is just a puzzle game. There are different sized dots. If they're black, they're essentially a black hole. If they're colored, you want to clear them. But the way it works is you draw a line, but the style that you draw it with your hand repeats. So wherever you start and finish, then the starts again and redraws the line from that point where you let go. And it's got I would have to say that the line drawing kind of has even like an Okami style feel to it. It was a very simple game, but it's like you have to avoid all these different black holes and clear all the dots. I'm on level, I think 50 or something, or 45. And it's getting harder, but it's like write a V and it'll just keep writing V's. The biggest problem is that if you're just a smidge too high or too low, the vertical, the top and the bottom don't have boundaries. So once it leaves those areas, you're done. You don't get them back. The sides it'll bounce off of and go back and forth. So
What?
So there's a puzzle and it's like a line. It's just a straight line, and every other dot is a color, and between those there are black dots. You have to clear all the colored dots with this one line that you draw.
Okay.
So if I draw just the letter M, right? So I draw the letter M, and as I let go of the letter M, it starts to draw M again and again and again.
Okay.
And it just bounces back and forth on the left and right sides of the screen until it collects all the dots.
More dots.
Yeah. Or until it hits a black hole and dies.
But is it fun?
Oh, it's awesome. You can draw whatever you want.
You can draw whatever you want.
Feel
As long
Joe,
as it's
I feel
in
like
one
you did-
stream.
I feel like you didn't answer the question.
No, I think it's fun. Yes.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's great. I can draw whatever you want. But is it fun?
Yes, I can draw.
I can draw whatever.
I can draw a
But is it
cursive
fun?
J.
No,
I can
it's
draw a
terrible.
cursive J, and I can collect all the dots.
So are the black holes
Uh-oh.
and stuff moving?
No, I haven't experienced any moving ones yet. But honestly, trying to draw things with your finger, even if it's just a straight line, is very difficult.
Yeah, you remember when Steve Jobs is like, why would you have a stylus with your phone when you have the perfect stylus right here? You've got 10 of them.
Your penis.
Yes.
You've got 11 of them.
I only have 8, so I don't know what you're talking about, Ryan. He's like, your finger. And I'm just like, no, Steve Jobs, you're wrong. Like, when I was playing Draw Something...
Yeah.
Oh my god, how much money I would have paid for a stylus.
That game proved how wrong he was.
I mean, you can just buy a stylus for your iPhone. They exist.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, you can get like Amazon
they
styluses that work on capacitive screens.
Yes, but will they be on sale on July 15th?
Probably.
Yeah, probably because they are Amazon
pen,
products.
Capacitive stylus, ultra sensitive for Apple iPad Air / iPad 2 / iPad Mini / iPhone 5 / 5C / 5S / 4S, comma Nexus 5 ...
Is that by Amazon?
It's by AM Pen.
Yeah.
Is this one by Basetronics and by Generic?
I know Amazon sells like a $10 one or like $5 or something.
That one's only like $5.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll look into this.
Joe, this is the weirdest fucking game I've ever seen.
It's really... Well, do you like puzzle games?
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me answer that question for you, Ryan.
Yeah.
No.
No, I know that too.
Now ask me if you like story-driven games.
I feel like that's a no as well because...
That would be the joke, Joe.
Hey, you're gonna be surprised later.
Wait, does Ryan like FPSs
No, I'm
as
not. Are you looking at the same Google Doc I'm looking at?
No, I'm looking at this puzzle game right now. All right, Joe, that looks like a neat game that I will probably
that
play
game costs $3 and it
well? Oh no, I
is-
got it on sale for $1.
Oh, good for you, Joe. Yeah. Well, this one costs $3. Some of us we live in a life of luxury and we can just afford to spend $3.
I just did.
It's considered to be an iPhone essential, so I'm not gonna not buy it if Apple tells me I have to have it.
No, yeah, I don't. I just randomly ran into it, and I was like, I need some more puzzle games in my life. So I went for it, and I really enjoy it. It's a great. It's kind of hard to play when I'm on the bus commuting into work.
Yeah, probably.
But that just ups the difficulty, and I'm okay with that.
Joe, you should look into the game. I don't know if it's actually on the Google Play Store, but look up OK.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Like okay.
No.
Or
no. Okay. It's with a question mark.
Oh. Okay.
OKAY
question mark?
It's on the. We talked about it in a very, very early episode of this podcast.
Was it
It's
like?
really cool.
Do you have the podcast number to promote it?
Legit 1 or 2. Like the first or second episode, for real.
That sounds like some Beans shit.
Some what?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No, I don't want to download
It's pretty fun.
though.
It's pay what you want. Like at a point, he's just like, "You think this game's fun? Then give me some money, bitch." And you're like,
okay. That.
oh. You also don't have to.
I'm going to say okay a lot, but yeah, I tend to avoid all games that are defined as in-app purchases. So I would prefer.
Yes,
to,
I get that.
I would
but
prefer to just pay for a game and be able to play it without in-app purchases,
Well,
or avoid
this-
free games that have them as well.
this game falls into that category, the first category. Basically, you don't have to pay for it. You can pay him. I gave him like $2 for the game. You don't ever have to pay him at all. The full game is downloaded for free. If anything, it's sort of like a weird social experiment.
I did just also realize that some of the extra information Google Play Store gives is how much in-app purchases can cost. For him,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, his meter is between $1 to $10.
Oh, the Apple one will actually show you all the available ones, which is sometimes crazy because some games will just be like, big box of apples, and tiny box of apples, and huge box of apples. And you're like, this makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I can see that. That's not really helpful, is it?
No, not at all. Besides, once I see that they're selling boxes of apples, I know it might not be a game for me.
Yeah, because fuck apples, am I right?
Unless I see Coin Doubler or something similar, in which I'm like, oh, I might give it a shot. Might be worth it.
But yeah, so those were the two major mobile games I've been diving into to keep myself busy. during those long...
During work, am I right? What a bore fest.
No, I have to be busy at work.
You have to look busy at work. You have to keep up your DPI, or they'll know you're not working. DPM.
My DPM. I need to keep my mouse moving at high speeds.
I meant CPM.
Computations
my
per
cash
minute?
flow?
Clicks per minute.
Oh.
That's how they tell if you're good at esports. If you're good at StarCraft esporting stuff, you click a lot.
I feel like some games...
I click a lot.
Some games would be better if you click less, wouldn't it? Then,
Yeah, I click a lot. I think Dota, they sometimes look at that kind of stuff.
yeah, I
too.
click a lot in Dota.
You gotta click a lot. You gotta scroll, click, endlessly.
Wait, who scrolls?
Well, like you move your mouse to the edge of the screen.
Edge of screen, yeah. No, I mash.
I'm gonna give Ryan an opportunity now, unless you want to say something about games on the Google Play Store.
No.
Give Ryan an opportunity to tell us about a game that he played this week.
Do you want to hear about a scary game?
Yeah, I want to hear about a story-driven game that you played this week, Ryan.
That's not what I asked.
Tell me about a scary game. But hold on.
Yeah.
No spoilers, okay? I haven't played this game yet.
In which one?
Either.
Okay. So I played this week about a couple hours of Silent Hill 2.
Why?
I bought it with a friend, and he said, Ryan, you should play this game. And I said, only if you sit next to me while I play it. And he says, okay. So, because I don't traditionally like scary games.
Did you play the PS2 version?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. I don't know. Does that matter?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
And it's just because they re-released them on it had like an HD collection with 2 and 3.
Interesting.
PS3.
For PS3 and Xbox 360, but they had to change a lot of the voice work because they couldn't relicense it or something.
Oh, the voice work is kind of hilarious and bad.
That's why people were kind of upset that they had to redo the voice work.
It's probably why they
because
couldn't
they really-
relicense it. They were just like, this was so bad the first time, we should probably get a little bit better.
No, they actually, it was actually a problem with like one of the, I think it was the big problem was with Silent Hill 2, the character of, the main character, James. Something about his voice actor they couldn't get him back on the project, or they couldn't relicense it, or he didn't work.
He didn't sign back on.
His voice no longer belonged to Konami or whoever. I don't know. Something weird. So it's like very polarizing. People are like, well, HD collections are cool, I guess, because it's 2 games in one, but it doesn't have the shitty voice acting. I want to say I actually have 2 on the PS2, but I never played it.
So Ryan, how spooky was it?
I had a few moments of like jump scariness, like you'll be walking down a street and something will like jump out of underneath a car or some shit. I'm like, "Boo," and I get scared.
To establish a frame of reference, have you ever played a Silent Hill game before?
Negative.
Interesting.
So yeah, I've never played any.
Interesting.
What was the
Unless you
scariest
count
game
PT.
beforehand?
Unless you count
Do
PT.
not count PT.
Okay.
I do have news about that, but for later.
What is my most scariest game that I've ever played?
Yeah, but before...
PT.
What does that...
PT.
Does that count?
Ryan, that's not a game. That's a playable teaser.
Yeah.
Don't
So
care.
please try again.
What about before
Nope,
that?
Good effort,
PT.
though.
PT.
Well, I feel like we're playing Family Feud right now.
You
It's
are.
just like we surveyed 100 people. Scariest game that Ryan has ever played. Show us PT. Bing! It's like 5 with like 6 people. And it's like, oh, and Bernie Mac is just like, that ain't a game.
That's not Bernie Mac.
He hosts Family of the Feud.
No, who
That's
did
not
it? No,
Bernie Mac.
it's not Bernie Mac, you guys.
Oh, it's not?
It's not Richard Karn.
Isn't
who is
Bernie
who is
Mac
the guy who does
dead?
it now? Bernie Mac is dead.
He's been
now.
dead for years.
Okay, so who is it, Joe?
Yeah, Joe, who is it?
No Googling.
No, I'm not. No, it's
No binging.
no. It's the
Joe's like, damn it!
No, it's the guy with the giant mustache, and he's bald.
Oh, Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah, it's Steve Harvey. You're right.
I didn't even need to describe color.
So if we reserve that PT is a game, I'll allow that.
I do.
Although, Ryan, you've been looking to get into some scary games lately, haven't you?
I've been thinking about it, which is why another reason.
What about Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh, I did play
Ryan
that.
does play that.
You think that game is really scary, although
that's the scariest game ever made.
part of me wants to be like, that's not a game. But
no, it's a game.
It's jump scare.
It's not a horror game. It's just a scary game.
So here's my deal on horror. I don't usually find myself being scared at like incredibly atmospheric things that are way more cerebral in their scariness. Jump scares get me every time. Fuck jump scares. Which is why Five Nights at Freddy's is like literally Ryan's Scare Nightmare Factory. 2013.
The Bear Scare Nightmare Factory.
Bear Scare Nightmare Factory 2013. But so Silent Hill 2 is sort of getting me a little bit more at least like uneasy by atmosphere because that game's sound design is like fucking flawless.
Yep. Yeah, they've always been good at that.
Yeah, it's on point.
I've never experienced anything quite like that.
I play this game.
You got to play it.
Well, especially the tension that it builds up when you just hear it,
so good.
But you don't see it.
The mechanic in that game, I don't know how the rest of them work, but the mechanic in that game is you get a radio, and when the radio gets a little bit close to a monster, it starts to get really staticky. And so that's all it needs to just build like monumentous amounts of tension.
That's so good.
It's so good. Yeah.
So Silent Hill 4 : The Room is like all atmospheric. So I don't even think you would like it.
Probably not.
The atmosphere in that game is so good. And so the ones I've ever played, the Silent Hill games I've played are 1, 4, and Shattered Memories, which is not a horror game, but is an amazing game. Mm-hmm. But 1 was really something else. Like it was a PS1 game, so it was really hard to convey horror. But they did really cool stuff. Like there were enemies that couldn't see you in the dark, so if you didn't have your flashlight on, they wouldn't see you.
That's pretty cool.
But you also couldn't really see either.
Yeah.
So it was kind of sweet like that. And the ending to that game, there's multiple endings. I got the worst ending.
But it's the best
ending.
Worst ending is
coolest
the scariest ending.
Not the scariest, but definitely the coolest. I also got an awesome audio glitch in the final boss battle that was like, it just basically emitted like a super high pitched sound the entire boss battle, and I was like, this is intentional, right? Because it's a scary game. It was awesome. Like the ending I got was so cool. I don't want to spoil it because. I think Silent Hill 1 is still very much valid. But like to get the best ending in that game, there's a lot of like Japanese ass bullshit to get. I think my understanding is that like a lot of the Silent Hill games are like that. At least 4 definitely was like that. It's like a lot of unspoken stuff you have to just like know to do with like backtracking and stuff that you don't want to do, like you don't feel the need to do,
right?
And so you just like finish the story and then you get the bad ending and it's like, oh, I guess I'm a shithead.
Yeah you are.
So like Silent Hill 4 did that in kind of a bad way, but I don't know anything about the endings of 2 and 3. Well, I know a big spoiler from 2, which makes me even more excited to play it.
Don't tell me.
I won't.
But yeah, Silent Hill 2 is cool, and I'm in like the first like real area of that game. And I solved a puzzle. That was, it was a puzzle.
Was it moderately difficult? Would you say?
I mean, you were sitting next to me, and you're like, Ryan, it's this, you stupid fuck.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like,
don't break immersion.
No, I knew the answer. It was so easy, and Ryan just kept walking around.
Was it easier than the hardest puzzle in any God of War game?
I haven't actually played that many God of War games, but
Because what you gotta know about God of War. It's an action game.
I don't think
there's like I don't know.
I'm
I
pretty
guess
sure
you put
they're
puzzles in it.
Weren't there puzzles like brute force puzzles?
Yeah, it was like, oh hey, rearrange these blocks so it makes a path or something stupid.
No, it was a simple riddle puzzle.
Yeah, there's some weird. I want to say the first game had some weird like. They made you think it was like a puzzle about like the Chinese zodiac, not the Chinese zodiac, like the regular zodiac, like Sagittarius.
Oh sure, yeah.
Yeah, the constellations.
And the constellations, and the puzzle was actually just about the number of legs that each thing had.
Fuck that.
So, like, is there a member of the thing that just has like 2 legs? Or maybe it was the Chinese.
Yeah, there are humans.
Well, but like Aries is 2 people, so it has 4 legs.
Yeah.
And then Cancer has 6 legs, it's a crab, and so on and so forth. And like that was it's like the puzzle was intentionally misleading. That was a really, really good puzzle. Like right at the end of the game too, and like you want to just overthink the crap out of it. You're like, yeah, but there's this many stars in it, and this is the month in which the Cancer, and it's just about the number of legs that like a ram has, and you're like, fuck, I'm stupid. I think 4 did a puzzle like that just subverted your expectations. It's like a puzzle.
Sounds cool.
It's like a puzzle that like a 4-year-old be able to solve instantly because they think about it in like the most basic, simplest. Like they know how to count to 4, so they count to 4.
Yeah,
but then an adult is just like, no, what you're not considering is like this, and you like way overthink it.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It's kind of like it was kind of actually like one of those puzzles where you have to think simpler than what you're presented with the information of.
It seems like that game series is like it's like a reoccurring theme almost. I think that's super cool.
Definitely.
I want to say I had the second game. I had to hook my PS2 up to something, and I have a modern-ass TV that I don't know if it'll like it or not, so that'll be fun trying to figure out.
I hooked mine into my CRT, which was kind of cool because it's like...
Yeah, well...
You get that experience, though.
Not all of us have, like, those, like... Not all of us have, like, 22-inch, like, CRTs that are, like, HD-ish things.
It's not HD.
No, it's...
Well, it's got, like, a better res... It's, like, 540i or something.
It's still 3:4 aspect ratio.
Yeah, but that's what makes it a CRT.
Yeah, no, I mean...
But Ryan's also a retro game freak, so of course he has one of those.
Yeah, I'm awesome.
All right, Ryan, closing arguments, Silent Hill 2, good game?
So far, I haven't gotten that far into it. I want to play it a little more. But yeah, I'm going to keep going with it. It's cool.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. Apparently, I've been told that game is way scarier by yourself because you get, like, super immersed in it, and so I'm kind of afraid to play it alone.
You should play it alone.
I'm going to try to.
There were many games that I'm like... I kind of got into horror games, like, before you did. There's a lot of games I play with people. I'm just like, they're not that scary. And I went to go play Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs by myself, and I couldn't even.
I thought you said that game wasn't, like, that bad either when you had first gotten it.
It's a very... Well, at first it's not bad, but it's a very particular kind of horror. Like, the whole machines and, like, the automated, like, conveyor belt going down to a big blade, and you're, like, tied to the thing. That just personally freaks me out a lot. Like, it's just, like, I don't know what it is about it. But, like, I played the Penumbra games by myself, and there was one moment in the first game that, like, freaked me oh, my gosh. Now, that's a game you should really play. Penumbra Overture. It's a really good game.
No.
I want to start. I want to start with like Alien Isolation. You know, it's got it's.
That's a very. I mean, it's a very modern example of a horror game. I heard it's not really. I'm not gonna say it's not scary, but it has a lot of. It's not.
It's scary in the sense that you have to hide from the monster,
and there's only one monster.
Yeah,
it's
or
cool
you're going
like
to
that,
die.
but it's got a lot of mass appeal because it's a game for like everyone. It's a game released on like modern consoles.
Yeah,
and stuff,
modern
so
console game, but you know the movie was an '80s movie too, so
that is true. I can't argue with that, Joe.
I love that movie. It's a great movie.
Guys, I want to tell you about a game that I played this week.
Okay.
I don't have much to say about them. I kind of surprisingly didn't play that many games this week. I don't really know what happened.
Get out of here.
Nah, I didn't either, but yeah.
Hey, I tried, you guys. I do my best.
Some days you're busy, some days not so much.
Yeah, I have a life. I love playing video games. I spend as much of my free time as I can playing them, but, like, cut me some slack, you guys.
No.
Don't worry, we'll have more for the news.
Oh, there's news. Yeah, boy, news.
Nah.
When I think of Bear vs. Mancast, think about news. I played Samurai Warriors 4.
I'm sorry.
Not for the first time. Ryan, fuck you. You're a hater.
Wait, what series are they up to now? Is 4 the latest?
4 is currently the latest Samurai Warriors game. We also have Dynasty Warriors 8. We have One Piece Muso / Pirate Warriors 3 coming out this year.
What about
Dragon Quest Heroes.
What about Gundam?
Gundam Warrior. What do they call that game? Gundam Warriors?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So whatever. The Gundam series. It got a 4th installment called Reborn right before the PS4 came out, but it's not on PS4. So, or no, I think it is on PS4, but it's also on PS3 and Vita. So I'm not convinced that it'll take full advantage of the PS4's capabilities, and so I don't want to play it necessarily. Because I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I love Dynasty Warriors games, and the number one thing that makes them good is how many dudes you can have on screen at once.
Yeah, the draw
Nothing
distance.
else matters. Draw distance is the only important thing. Story doesn't matter. Frame rate barely matters. Graphics barely matter. Draw distance, number one thing. Because you just want each swing of your weapon to just hit 50 dudes, if possible. Samurai Warriors 4 is a PS4. I think it might be on the PS3, PS Vita as well. Probably not running as well. It's PS4 exclusive, and they got it, you guys. Draw distance is better than ever before. And they introduced a new style of attack. Because, you know, I'm sure you're familiar with the whole square, 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 triangle type of thing. Like, you press square until you get bored, and then you press triangle. It's called the charge attack.
Where you have, like, a combination of up to, like, 6 button combinations, and you alternate between...
Nope. You're thinking of Naruto for the GameCube. It's literally just press square until you're bored, and then press triangle, and that finishes the combo.
But can't you press, like, square 3 times and then triangle, triangle, triangle?
You can't, once you press square, triangle's done. There's no more triangle. No, okay.
You had it backwards.
I had it backwards.
Yeah, but yeah, so...
I had it backwards.
But you can follow up with more triangles, right?
Sometimes. The Samurai Warriors series introduced new types of characters that their combo strings are like... square, square, triangle, triangle, triangle. But it's not really... It's not like Bayonetta, where like sometimes it's better to kick less and then switch to punches. It's just like, if you're not doing triangle all the way, you're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it basically just finishes the combo.
Like the last
triangle.
The last triangle is the widest sweeping attack that hits the most enemies.
Yeah, or you've got an enemy officer in your combo, and like if they're not guarding, like they're already getting juggled, you're not gonna not hit triangle 2 more times and do more damage. Like that'd just be foolish. But now they have hyper attacks where you just press triangle, just standing still, press triangle, and your dude like flies forward and hits tons of dudes in his way, and you just mash triangle, and then you press square. Totally turns the formula on its head.
What does pressing square do?
It ends the combo with a fabulous attack.
Oh.
But it's meant for like eliminating massive amounts of dudes, and considering this game has more dudes than ever before, it's perfect. It's the greatest thing they've ever done. It's the biggest, most innovative feature to ever be added to Dynasty Warriors games ever.
They are pushing the bounds of what they are capable of handling.
It's absolutely true. Everything you're saying is true. Samurai Warriors for anyone who likes Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors, Gundam Warriors, Pirate Warriors, whatever, is a fantastic game. It tells, as all the other games do, it tells a historical story. It talks about the Sengoku era of Japan, where it's the Warring States period, where everyone was trying to unite Japan under one rule by way of killing everyone. And there's lots of different figures who led armies and their subordinates, and they interact in different ways, and certain people just like die immediately. Like kind of like different they cover more of the timeline of the Sengoku period in this game than ever before, which is very interesting to people who care. I've played through enough Samurai Warriors games that I get enough of the general layout that I'm no longer concerned with the details. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I kind of just like skip a lot of cutscenes and just get the part where I get to hit square and triangle some more. And I've said this before about Dynasty Warriors games, but as with some other ones recently, they didn't localize this, or they localized it. They didn't dub it. So all the voices are in Japanese. And I know that makes a lot of people happy, or at least some people happy. They like to hear the original Japanese voice.
Makes me happy.
Couldn't care less.
But I find it okay. Well, we're a perfect, not a Venn diagram, but we're a timeline. Ryan makes Ryan happy. Joe doesn't care. I feel opposite, because I find it hard to read the word bubbles when I'm mashing buttons.
Yeah, but
because I'm so focused on mashing buttons.
You just said you don't care about the story.
Yeah, but it's not the story I'm listening to, but there'll be things like, hey, reinforcements are coming from the south, and if I don't read that and I don't like go to the south.
Oh, I just look at the mini map and like, how
that's what I do.
Yeah, you know how you get that little like marker point that just is flashing, or you get that ripple effect on it.
This game is even better about that, because you get missions and they'll actually stop time for a second and show you the map enlarged and say, like, this is what's going on right here, and give you exclamation points telling you like what mission's going on, and you should probably kill these people.
Yeah, so
they're good at explaining it. So that part almost makes up for the fact that I can't understand what they're saying.
Yeah, that the bubbles are like more of a distraction than, well, not even a distraction.
Yeah.
You overlook them. They're like ads.
I can very easily ignore them, which is almost the problem. But when they bring up a mission and they say, like, hey, do this right now, that spells it out for me. Another thing this game does that changes the Dynasty Warriors game forever is allows you to play as two people at once. So you pick a primary person and a secondary person, and you both enter the battlefield, and you can switch between them at will. And when you're not playing as one of them, the AI takes over. But you also press up on the D-pad and tell them to go somewhere and attack someone or defend someone.
Can you do Team Muso attacks with?
Yes.
So you could be like, "Hey, come over here," and then just activate it.
Or like when there's only like one bad guy left, like the enemy commander is the only person alive, you can hit up, tell the other guy to go attack him. You get on your horse and just run to them, and you get there and activate your like double Muso attack. It's pretty sweet. Like it sounds like. I mean, that sounds stupid. Like, whoa, two people at once? Game changer.
That's
because they also, when you tell them to go somewhere, they move super fast. Yeah. So you can just like, hey, go over there, and then you switch to them, and then you play as them when they get to an area with more dudes. And then while you're killing those, you tell the other guy to go to another area with more dudes, and then you switch to him when all the other guys in the first area are dead. Awesome.
Does your combo counter or kill counter?
Okay, so the KO counter is separate for each person.
Right, so each one will keep their own counter.
Yes, the KO counter is separate for each person, and when you hit 1,000, you get a bunch of buffs.
Yeah,
temporarily, it's totally sweet. But your combo counter, which is virtually useless, like it doesn't actually do anything to have a high combo, but your combo does transfer between both people, so you can get like a super high combo counter, and sometimes it's cool to just see high numbers.
Yeah, well, it also might be for what, like an achievement or trophy, or does it unlock anything? Like, can you get rated like S class for combos.
I want to say at the end of the round they do track certain statistics, and combo count is one of them.
Yeah.
But it don't give you S rank or anything. They just give you a certain number of, like a certain amount more EXP. But that game's super sweet, and it's fun to play with 2 people. Obviously.
Yeah. So it's got the 2-player local at least.
Draw distance is not as good with 2 people, but it's good enough.
It's understandable.
It's way better than like PS2 2-player Muso games where you'd like
There's like 10 guys.
Yeah, and then you just like kill them, and they just pop up dudes directly in front of you once some of the memory was clear.
Yeah, you could be standing in an empty field, and then like you could kill someone, and I'd be surrounded.
Yeah, pretty much. And then like beyond those 3 guys, it's just fog of war as far as the eye can see. But yeah, game's great. Joe, you should come play with me sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't even seen your place yet.
Nope. No, you've not. Nope. Ryan doesn't even know where I live.
I have no idea where you live.
Oh, you know vaguely where I live.
Yeah, we know the area, but we've
actually never
been
met.
there.
Yep, surprised. Ryan and I have never met.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
You guys just know each other through me, right?
No.
No, Ryan, who is this strange man on our podcast? I don't know this person.
I've never met this guy either.
Why don't we take a break while we try and determine who the fuck this person is?
Hi, and welcome to the Down Under Steak Barn. I'm Joe, and I'll be serving you guys today. How's everyone doing?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, Joe. You seem like a good guy. I'm gonna tell you the truth here. I'm cross-faded as fuck right now, and I'm looking to get something to eat. So, what you got?
Oh, well, if you're crossfaded, then I have the perfect suggestion. I would go with this fantastic 4-onion ring bloomin' burger, topped with our special hot sauce.
Ah, man, that sounds pretty elaborate. Ryan, you feeling that? Like, you feel like that's something good for you? Like, what you thinking? I want your opinion here. I want to bounce some. I want to help.
I can't feel my face.
All right, I think Ryan might be dying. That sounds pretty. Can I just get like? I mean, it's hot. It's really hot out right now, Joe. Even though I'm cross-faded, I could tell how hot it is.
Let me stop you right there. As any courteous server would do.
Yeah. I assume that you're that. Yeah.
Especially if your friend here can't feel his face, then this would give that feeling right back. I'm talking. This is from Frank's Red Hot. It is Frank's Red Hot El Caliente hot sauce. That they don't even sell it in the States right now, but I got a bottle, you know.
All right.
And
okay.
Wait, is it from Down Under?
It is from Down Under. Special import.
I can't feel my face.
And actually,
just go to sleep, Ryan.
It may be hot, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta fight fire with fire.
Hey, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Can you just take that and just like toss like a bunch of green beans in that? That sounds great right now.
No, never.
No. All right. So yeah, that burger, 4 onion rings or whatever. That sounds good.
Yeah,
I'll eat that.
4 onion ring burger. Okay.
Right, you want one?
No, he's dead.
I'm fucked up and I'm faded.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, just so you know, Ryan is paying for everything. Just I don't know if he mentioned that to you, but he said he was going to get the tab.
That's true.
Perfect. Okay.
So if you could just
I can ring you. I can ring you up right now.
So if you could just, can I just get like a tall Foster's and just like pour some of that hot sauce in it?
Yeah,
That'd be
absolutely.
great, man.
I'll bring you guys a bottle right now.
All right, thanks, dude. I really appreciate it. You're gonna get such a good fucking tip. You ain't gonna believe this shit.
Frank's Red Hot, fight fire with fire, El Caliente spicy sauce.
Frank's Red Hot, beat the heat, fight fire with fire. Yeehaw!
Oh, yeah.
Video games.
All right, yeah.
All right, so we're going to play a game called Other Game We Played This Week, Lightning Round. Joe, go.
Well, okay. Geometry Wars 3. Got nothing really to say about it. It's the mobile port.
Oh, you played the mobile version.
Yep.
I bought the Xbox version when it came, the Xbox One version when it came out. Did not play it for very long.
Yeah.
seems okay.
I kind of just want traditional Geometry Wars.
You want that 2-minute score attack, some like Tony Hawk shit.
Yeah, I want survival, like nothing special, just dual stick, fly around, survive as long as possible. I couldn't find it yet. Yeah, so
just play Beat Hazard.
Oh, I love that. I can play it to my favorite songs. That T Swift.
I one time I got all the achievements for like surviving 20 minutes in survival mode, and I was playing Selena Gomez's premiere album. That
At the time,
I can't remember the name of.
Kiss and Tell.
Kiss and Tell. Oh, what a good album to play Beat Hazard to.
Yep. So that was it.
Joe,
for me.
Joe, that's.
Oh, I know Beat Hazard. That's for another time.
Beat Hazard's really good. Ryan, don't judge me.
What?
So Ryan, what lightning round? What game?
What game did you play?
Did you play this week?
I played Life is Strange.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It's okay.
What would you say to people who would accuse that game of being Gone Home with time travel?
I'm inclined to say that it's really not Gone Home at all.
Well, I mean, aesthetically, the whole like I'm alone in a place is definitely that does not apply here. But like in terms of the setting and like the characters,
Isn't there like a redhead and a blue head?
There's a blue head. There's a blue head for sure. There's some blue head up in this.
So every time I see a trailer for that game, I think it takes place in the 90s, like Gone Home does. But apparently, it takes place like 2 months ago.
It takes place. I want to say it's 2014.
That's bullshit.
Sometime.
Yeah, no. I
It's
can
got
no,
this really
that's
weird.
not-
It's like this. It has this like
That's fine.
grunge 90s flannel.
But it
Do you want to know
like,
why?
setting.
It takes place in fucking Oregon.
it looks so good. Wait, so you're in Portland?
Not necessarily.
I don't think it's necessarily
Home-
Portland.
Gone Home is Seattle, or like outside Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Which is all kind of just the
I've
same.
always wanted to go to Seattle.
Oh, me too.
So okay,
Absolutely.
it's not like Gone Home at all, really.
I don't know. I just get
Well,
those
no,
vibes.
because isn't
from
it?
I get
is-
vibes.
So how does the game play?
Okay, so it's a third person over the shoulder action game.
Wait, seriously?
Cover shooter. Yeah, it takes place. It's third person over the shoulder.
I thought it was like.
I thought it was an adventure game.
Yeah, I thought it was like
It
kind
is.
of like a Telltale, like Walking Dead type game.
So it is, but it takes place third person over the shoulder.
Okay.
So you don't actually play as this girl, like
You do play as this
but you
girl.
don't play
What's
as
the girl's
her
name?
as.
Max, I think.
That's not a girl's name, but continue.
Her name's Maxine,
That's better.
Makes
but
sense.
everybody calls her Max because she's like,
She's grunge.
I don't know, she's trying to be all cool.
You
and
know,
shit.
like she's defined like gender norms and stuff. That's cool. It's
I guess.
2015. You can do that.
Yeah. So you find out that you have mystical time travel powers, and then the rest of the game is just you listening to a story and then deciding whether or not you want to rewind the story.
Don't you have to
And
at
pick-
certain points though?
Sometimes it'll. Okay, so my current biggest frustration with Life is Strange is where you'll make a decision, and then Max will like in her head narrate, "Oh, I wonder what would have happened if I did the other thing. Maybe I should rewind time."
That's
I'm like,
terrible.
You're like,
and I'm
no,
like,
deal
fuck
with it.
that. And I'm like, fuck that. So I never do it.
This is your life now.
Oh, so you're like, no, Maxine, you're wrong. I'm never going back.
I'm never like. There are certain moments where like they're trying to introduce you to the mechanic where they're like, you have to rewind time. But I'm trying not to rewind time as often as possible
Ryan,
because it's just like,
you're hilarious.
So you just want to watch the movie.
yeah, I don't fucking give a shit that there's other options.
Well, I can agree with you there that they shouldn't be pushing this on you. If it's a story-driven game where you make the decisions,
Literally every important decision in the game, and it's like a Telltale game where at the end of the chapter it tells you like what the other people
what
did.
percentage at which points chose what.
Exactly. So at every one of those moments, she always says to herself in her head, I wonder what would have happened if I did the other thing. Maybe I should rewind time." And I'm like, fuck that. No, you're gonna deal with whatever I made you deal with.
Ryan, I love you. Please
Why?
play every story-based game ever. 'Cause
Okay.
you just are completely the opposite of how not the opposite, but just you have such a unique take on all those story-based stuff.
I do.
Just play
sometimes.
What I want you to play? I want you to play The Wolf Among Us.
Okay.
And just
I think I actually own that on Steam.
play it. It's I have not played it myself, but I know it's really good. I watched a full playthrough
Yeah.
of it online. I really would love to hear your take on that because you're a crazy.
Is that a
you're
Telltale
crazy
game?
Yes, you're
Yeah.
a crazy person, so I need to see your perspective on it.
Okay.
But okay, so Nick,
Sure.
Yes.
in this scenario, wouldn't you agree though with him in the sense that like you don't want to play The Walking Dead by Telltale and then like you have to decide to save one person or kill save one of two people and then like after you do it they're like, man, I kind of wish we saved that other guy.
Yes, but I don't think the decisions in Life is Strange are anything like that. I think it'd be like 50-50 for me if I was playing Life is Strange. Like I do intend to eventually.
Yeah,
I'd
like,
like
play
half the
both
time
sides.
she'd be like, "Hey, you want to go back?" I'd be like, "You know what? Yeah, I feel like I kind of fucked that one up, but I want to go back." And sometimes I'd be like, "No, I got it right." It'd be like I think for me it'd be like 50-50. Like sometimes I'd really stick to my guns. I'd be like, "Nope, this is how it's got to be." But I think a lot of the early decisions I'd be like, "Yeah, maybe I do want to go check it out."
So for me, the only times I would like want to go back, there's a few decisions that I made where I selected an option thinking it's going to lead to something, but then it completely like 180 goes the other direction.
It just
Like
keeps
1080s.
rotations.
It 1080s
does
all over this
3
shit.
full rotations, and you're going the same direction you were when you started.
Yeah, exactly. So at that point, I was like, "Oh man, I kind of wish I picked the other thing." But at the same time, like, it doesn't fucking matter.
That's kind of
Like-
cool though, because there've been some story-based games, like Dragon Age Inquisition or something, or like Mass Effect, and I'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm going to pick this option," and then like the character says something that's not exactly what I thought he was going to say, and then shit goes crazy, and just like that is not what I meant to happen. That's not what I told you to say. It happens rarely, but sometimes just like, whoa, that is not. That's not cool.
Like you choose
That's
an
not
option
cool.
and he takes it way overboard.
Yeah, I go to pick like kind of like the harsh option, and he just like goes crazy and pulls a gun. I was like, "Whoa! I did not tell you to pull a gun." Like, just be cool, man. I just wanted to be a little
totally.
bit harsh, and in moments like that, I would love to rewind a little bit.
So I bought the first episode, and then I'm like, well, this seems pretty okay. So I got like the season pass thing for episodes 2 through
Have you been
5.
playing on the PC?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
No judgment.
What do you mean no judgment?
I'm saying I'm not going to judge you.
well, no,
because
because you could get it for the one if you wanted to.
I don't.
Ryan doesn't play anything on the one. Oh, I forgot to tell you a great story about the Xbox One. Maybe I'll tell you later.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably keep playing it because I have a secret love for
The main character.
teen dramas.
Like Degrassi.
I love
Oh my
Degrassi.
gosh, it's Degrassi with time travel, isn't
God.
It is.
it? Oh
yeah,
my gosh,
pretty much.
10 out of 10, best game ever.
I do have one
Like,
question. Is this
yeah.
So is this game just kind of like the butterfly effect, where you like go back in time, change one thing, and
Oh,
then
so
it's like
Ashton Kutcher is in this game. Interesting.
yeah, he shows up. He's at
Uh,
school. You just
He's like, hey guys, I'm not
Spoil-
31. I'm totally a teenager. I'm in high school.
I'm just gonna go ahead and mark that as spoilers and then not get into it.
All right, good. Then that
Oh,
wraps up
okay.
Ryan's segment of the bonus round.
where Ashton Kutcher shows up. Sorry about that. I
Yeah,
I
Ashton
didn't know
Kutcher
he
shows
I
up,
didn't
Joe.
know that
You
was the
fucking
spoiler.
ruined
Joe,
it.
this is a spoiler-free
For everyone.
podcast.
Unless I put in spoiler markers.
And then I would tell you a funny
It's not a
story. So we were going
spoiler
to mention
if
this at
I'm
the
not
top of the
aware of
episode
it.
about last week and how our Amiibo tournament dogfighting ring, how that
Oh,
went
yeah,
out,
that
how it went
happened.
through. Lucario wins.
Lucario
I'm
wins.
like really like upset about this.
I think everyone is.
The final round was Luigi versus Lucario.
Nobody's happy.
Everybody loses.
I think the biggest thing was it could have been Luigi versus Mario.
That would have been way cooler.
Yeah, I mean, so much potential in that thing. We're gonna do it again, and we're gonna do it differently. Like maybe Ryan will count properly beforehand and realize that 6 times 8
It's
is
not
48 and not 40.
Mm-hmm.
But we know what we learn from our mistakes, and we'll do something a little bit. We'll get do something better.
I mean, next time we can do a completely different format where we just do like really short one-on-ones and just fucking rock that shit hard.
Or like maybe I think the first round should be like 4 players. 8-player didn't give everyone a chance. Like certain people who I think had potential got knocked out so fast in 8-player. Like Little Mac. Little Mac
died
instantly.
Overwhelmed so fast.
He was on like a super flat stage, and Little Mac he died instantly because that's how 8-player Smash works. Like someone just gets tooled on inevitably. Yep. So I think I think there's many places we could go from here.
Yeah, we could do that. Plus, the bracket still divides evenly.
And pretty soon there'll be even more amiibos.
I'm going to receive soon in the mail Dark Pit, Palutena, and Zero Suit Samus.
Oh, Samus? Dibs?
Wait, when's Zero Suit come?
John wants one.
It's not out in America yet. I got it imported from the UK.
So
Japan.
After our big amiibo dogfighting tournament, first of all, we didn't turn off the stream. Eventually, OBS just crashed.
What? We didn't?
Yes, eventually OBS just crashed. That's how the stream ended. It probably played the intro to Smash 4 like 6 times before that happened.
Great. Okay.
We went and we played a tabletop game, and then Ryan was like, "I'm sleepy because Nick made me drink a bunch of whiskey," which is true.
That's true. That happened.
I forced him to drink whiskey, as I usually do.
And it was at Nick's own discretion of how much.
No, I got him the whiskey, and Ryan mixed Seagram 7 with Surge.
Oh, that's right.
And that was his idea.
That was the worst.
Oh, and then
idea.
at one point, I something about, we were playing the game, I was just like, Ryan, you can't play that card until you just take a bunch of whiskey to the face. And Ryan was just like, okay.
I did. That did happen.
Because he was at that point where if you tell him to do
like a good
anything,
idea. He's like, yeah,
he'd be
but
like,
what could go wrong?
Inhibitions were incredibly low.
So, Joe, you and our friend, you had drank responsibly in moderation, and you said, you know what, it's about midnight right now. I'm just gonna get in my car and drive home because I haven't been drinking. And you just went to bed. And I said, well, I'm not super drunk, but buzz driving is drunk driving. Remember that, kids.
Truths.
So I'm going to sleep in Ryan's house. Mm-hmm. But it's only midnight. I don't have to work until 10 a.m. tomorrow.
That's at least 3 hours of playing before you get your full 7 hours of sleep.
So I cracked open 2 more beers, and I went into Ryan's basement, and I played Destiny with my friends.
Oh, that's lame.
It was... What? It was awesome.
They were on?
Yeah, of course they were on. They don't play Destiny before like 11 p.m. because they sleep until like 11 a.m.
That's true.
So I couldn't find your headset, but luckily you played Destiny recently enough that all the content was downloaded. I just needed to log into my account and
you use
download.
the Kinect as your mic?
No, because Ryan's NAT type was strict. The chat channel was like the port wasn't forwarded properly. So I could play okay, but I couldn't chat. So I just downloaded like the unlock keys for the expansion pass and everything, and then like enabled all the content for me on his system, which took like 2 seconds. And then I had to get my friends to download like Skype for iPhone, and we just like I plugged my phone in and I Skyped on my iPhone and talked to them and played Destiny. We had a blast.
Nice.
And then like 2:30 a.m. I went to bed and I went up to Ryan's guest room. And I moved all the electronics off of his bed, and I fell asleep. And then I woke up, and I went into his room, and I watched the second half of the Allison Road trailer, and then I went home and showered and went to work.
Oh, good. You guys watched that?
Yeah, we did.
All right. I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, this looks pretty sweet, but it's also just like a super basic proof of concept. Yep. But it's been green-lighted.
Super out.
It's like a pre-alpha demo non-playable build. Like, it's weird. It's weird. But it's been green-lighted, so, like, eventually we'll see more from it. I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, it's to replace, essentially, that PT got canned.
It's a love letter to PT, which is crazy because you don't write love letters to games that didn't come out, like, 4 years ago. Like, so recently and didn't even come out, and you're just like, nah, though, but, like, remember PT? So much nostalgia for PT. I'm gonna make a game that's like it. just weird.
I have nostalgia for PT only because they buried it into the fucking ground.
I haven't even played it yet. It's on my PS4, and it will never leave. But I haven't played it yet.
You should play it before your PS4 gets electrocuted in a house fire.
I would just drive to your house and play it, whether or not
fair.
you knew, without your permission. I would just be in your basement, and you'd be like, "Oh, Nick's in my basement."
I would accept that.
You're like, I don't care, but I am curious. Why are you here?
Yeah.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
I'd say, PS4 scrambled, gotta play PT. You'd be like, word.
I'd be like,
Okay, so real quick, that's an awesome story I had to tell you guys.
Okay.
That you were a part of. I was trying to find, here's another quick story. Trying to find a game to play this week. Didn't know what to play.
Yep.
Look at my 3DS games, and I was like, hey, Bravely Default. That was a cool game. Thinking about picking up again, starting a new game. Then I realized that the only reason I give a shit about Bravely Default at all is because I really like Final Fantasy V.
Truth.
Which, if you played both of those games, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like that 4 people in your party, class-changing RPG. You know, it's very... Bravely Default's very, very reminiscent of Final Fantasy V.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Totally.
Although Final Fantasy III was the first one to have like a class system, right?
Yeah, but Final Fantasy V does it way better.
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy V is kind of like the standard that other games
Final Fantasy
follow.
V with the one with the tile game?
No.
No, so Joe, that was the remake of 1 and 2
Oh.
that on GBA that
Yeah.
had like a tile game that I let you play.
Yeah, I unlocked you so much good stuff.
Yeah, you got me a couple Phoenix Downs and shit. It was pretty cash.
Yeah.
So I started playing Final Fantasy V on the GBA on my Game Boy Micro, which I own and I love.
Yeah.
Super low resolution, tiny screen, but it's clear because the screen is so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's 4 save files on that game. The first save file was I cleared the game, everyone was level 50, beat the whole game. Second 2 save files were like I played the game for 5 hours, got everyone to level 13, and then just stopped playing. Like literally both of them were like the exact same thing.
I think I know where this is going.
And I started a new game, and I was like, oh no, I'm just gonna play level 13 and stop again, aren't I? I have not stopped. I played it a little bit yesterday. I have not stopped, but I'm getting close to level 13, and I'm afraid of what's gonna happen. That game's awesome.
Why were you stopping at level 13?
I don't know. So it's like I'm always so hopeful for the potential of that game. The story at the beginning, I mean, the story's lame.
Can you name your characters?
You can name your main character.
Oh, that's it?
So,
No, you can name all your characters.
are you sure?
Yep. At least you could in the SNES version.
They did not prompt me in this version.
Oh, well, that game sucks.
Well, I don't want to, anyways.
Maybe
So,
that's
yeah,
why
the
you stopped
original-
at level 13.
So Final Fantasy V never came out in America on the Super Nintendo, but someone translated it and like put out the ROM, like a patch for the ROM.
Yep.
And they translated the main character's name as Butts.
Yep.
And then official Square Enix localization team is like, whoa. His name's Bartz with an R. Thank you very much.
It's probably like Batsu or some shit.
I think that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like
Boards.
localization is an art, so you kind of just do what you think it is. It's like localization is like you're translating poetry. Like you can't just translate poetry like phonetically and expect it to make sense. And so it's complicated. So the original translator, like fan translation, basically called him Butts. I think that's hilarious. So my first save file, I named him like my own personal name. Second one, not my personal, you know what I mean. Second one is Bart's. Second one is Butts with 1 T. And my fourth file is Butts with 2 T's and a Z.
Yeah.
Nice.
And like I said, I got my whole party. I made my entire party monks until they all learned barehanded, and then I made them all white monks using barehanded. So they're just white monks that just punch dudes in the face and are super strong. And that's pretty much what I do every time I play that game. And then I kind of realized that, like, the class system is super cool, but ultimately doesn't matter. and you can pretty much just use whatever classes you want, and you'll probably do okay. And I think that's the point I realize in every playthrough, that I just stop after that.
Yeah, but isn't that good though? Because then you don't have to play like this class because it's the best class.
I bet there's some people who do like
cool.
weird min-maxing shit that they
Yeah.
know which one is the best one.
But,
But
like,
it's just that moment that I realize I'm just like, what's the point of it all? And I just like stop playing.
But
Which
it's
is-
like you can play who you want to play.
True. Yeah, and I'm
Class
trying to
wise.
mix it up a little bit. I'm trying to intentionally like break from what I normally do. That was ultimately what made me stop playing Bravely Default. Is I got to a point where I had so many classes that I was like, I could just make them whatever I want and just give them this ability, and like, who even cares? I'm going to be fine. And
Yeah.
I got like more than halfway through that game, and I just eventually just stopped because I was like, what's the point? So I'm going to keep playing Final Fantasy V and see if I continue to not give a shit. I haven't given up on it yet. But I've also, like, I've been going to bed lately, and instead of playing Final Fantasy V, I just play some dumb game on my phone. And so, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just weird to have to break out the Game Boy Micro. It's like alien to me.
Yeah, but that's cool though.
It is cool. I love that thing.
Yeah, the ancient.
So I just want to mention that I have a reproduction cart of that fan translation.
Ah, butts.
So
You're a tryhard,
yeah.
though.
I know.
Okay. As long as we know.
That's it.
Hey,
We're gonna talk about news.
Yes, news. So this first thing I got here, I kind of just like went through. I put some news in here as I was kind of finding it on Twitter and stuff. This is some weird stuff. I guess they're trying to kickstart a Mega Man Legends spiritual successor of some kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after the successor, after the success of Mighty Number 9, right? He's just like, he's like, you know what? You guys want to give me more money? We can go for this other game.
Well, Mighty Number 9 went back for more money too,
Yes, it did.
and
Yeah,
now
but they already had hit their goal, right?
yes, oh definitely, they hit
Yeah,
their goal
so,
super
like,
fast because
like,
everyone's
at
just
that
like,
point
oh, is it gonna be
it's-
Mega Man then? And yeah, so they're back on Kickstarter. What did Concept is like the new studio that got started with Keiji Inafune.
I think so.
Concept. So this is Concept and Studio 4 degrees Celsius. No, what? No,
4 degrees Celsius.
it's 4.0 or something. So it's called Red Ash. It's all original characters. It's the same art style as like Mega Man Legends and Tron Bonne and all that stuff. And they're marketing it as a third-person action game, like Mega Man Legends was. The thing is, I heard this myself. I never actually read through all the words on this Kickstarter. Apparently, what they're kickstarting is not a full game.
Not a game.
They're kickstarting like a prologue to the game, and they only want $800,000. But there's a stretch goal that if we make a certain
only?
amount of money, they'll make a real game.
They just only need 800,000.
Well, it's for a prologue, basically. So I'm trying to find the details here. I should have done my research better. But I was at work all day. Fuck me, right?
I mean, I went to the I had gone to the Kickstarter page and I looked, but what was it? It's like their highest one. I like looking at the most expensive prices.
The $10,000 mark. You
Yeah,
get
it's
dinner
like,
with Keiji Inafune.
Yeah, come have dinner with me. Release date 2017.
So the stretch goals are the most interesting part here. For $800,000, which is the goal, you get Red Ash, the Cal Cannon Incident, episode 1 through 3, and for Red Ash, for episodes 4 through 5 of Red Ash, the Cal Cannon Incident, episode 4 through it's $1.5 million. So, Kickstarter's kind of a weird thing. We have to kind of ask ourselves if it's like, are they only asking for 800 because they think they might be able to hit that, and then they'll get some money, and then they can make a prologue that they can then ask for more money, or they can, make a full game and release episodically and fuel further episodes with the purchase of the original game. But if they shot for 1.5 to make a full game, they might not get it and then not make any money. It's a weird fucking thing.
The fact that this Kickstarter isn't like skyrocketing to success.
Oh, that's also something I wanted to mention.
Makes it's been up for probably 5 days now.
I think so.
It's got 25 days left.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, they've pledged 300,000. It's like halfway.
Almost halfway there. Yeah.
I think the turnoff would be the episodic fashion that it's.
Well, the other turnoff is they're not making a fucking game.
Yeah, well, because it's the way it sounds like it's going to be episodic and kind of lackluster in the sense, like
it seems that way
for the price that
they want $800,000 for like a proof of concept, and apparently there's a. Actually, let me look at this too because there's another Kickstarter running that started the exact same time.
It's for an anime.
It is Studio 4 degrees Celsius. Thank you very much.
What does 4 degrees Celsius?
That's what it's called. It's a Japanese studio. It's called Studio 4 degrees Celsius.
It's
one word.
Jap.
Okay. Anyway, so
Jesus.
Reading this Kickstarter, they're saying in bold, as the project clears more stretch goals, the amount of story scenes and playable locations will increase. And then it says also, with the initial goal we currently have set, we anticipate no more than half of the story of the Calcannon incident being told.
Boo.
Which is crazy.
So wait, so their goal is, because they're like, guys, we want this much. By the way, it's only going to release half of the game.
It might not even release at all.
Yeah, well, yeah, if it doesn't reach its goal.
It sounds like they want 800,000 for a fucking like
half game.
It sounds like they want 800,000 to make something like PT.
So here's the weird thing: if you pay $25 or more, you get a digital copy, and it says a digital copy of the game for PC, Steam/Windows includes all previous rewards. When this game comes out, what is the game? Like, you get a copy of the game, but what does that mean? Is it you get the PT, or you get the full thing? Or is it like backers still have to pay $50 more for like the season pass that gets them episodes 3 through 5?
Honestly, what would make most sense to me is if they actually build the game like what was it, Mercenary Kings?
Boo.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you you can talk to different people around the area and go to different locations and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they set it up like that, and it's like you talk to the guy, you get episode 1, and you get to unlock like that part of the island or whatever it's called.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
It makes sense for the style of game that it would be.
But the thing is, well, I disagree with that because I think that if they're trying to make like Mega Man Legends and they're creating like a companion anime, they're trying to establish a world with like a cohesive story. Like that's what it seems to me like they're trying to do. And I think trying to break it up into chunks like you're suggesting isn't probably what they're shooting for.
Well, yeah, it'd be like clusters of like the world that you travel to.
It'd have to be like a 5-hour like story thing with multiple missions that eventually resolves, and then some of those details carry over to the next set of missions. Like I can kind of see that, but
part of it was reading like one of the backers thing, because one of the backers thing is you'll get named after a location.
Yeah, but that's for like.
So it's like you would travel to this person's name.
Yeah, $3,000 is what that's going to cost you. One person has already signed up for that. Ridiculous. Kickstarter's a weird thing because I also don't know who Concept really works for, who they are. Like, if someone is going to give them more money based on the success of their Kickstarter to like do more shit. Kickstarter's the craziest thing ever, you guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, it's got like one of the worst success rates ever, too.
Yeah, there's been a couple of games on Kickstarter that just straight up failed, and there's nothing to protect us from that.
It's like, no, there's only been a small percentage that actually like succeed and deliver on time. Everything else always pushes back, and then people are locked in and they don't get delivered for years.
Yeah. Shovel Knight did it, though.
Yeah,
Shovel Knight,
that's
that game good.
pretty much one of the only other successors. I mean, was Mercenary Kings one of them?
Mercenary Kings was kickstarted, but it's also a bad game.
I really like it.
I'm sorry, Joe.
I like the
I'm not saying
customization.
I don't I hate it or something, but it's not a good game.
Well, I mean, we also played it during the alpha, or was it beta?
It's a beta.
It was
I
during beta?
played it on early access, but I went back briefly after it was fully released. The core elements of that game have not changed. It's still 2D.
You still have to grind
It's
for
still,
all the materials.
and still 2D Monster Hunter. You can take it to the bank. That's exactly what that game is. Hey, you guys want to talk about esports?
No.
Yes, I do.
All right. Well,
All right,
Ryan,
yeah.
Ryan, I'm sorry. You had to talk about esports.
Ryan, it's going to be brief. It'll be short. It'll be fast and painless.
All right. So here's the headline: Smite Championship, or Smite, that third-person MOBA where you play as various gods of different mythologies, which cool idea.
Is now in open beta on Xbox One.
Yes. I think it's a cool idea. It looks like a pretty neat game. I've never played it. They have a big championship coming up, and they've announced that they're going to be capping the championship pool at $1 million. To put that in perspective, we've spoken on other episodes about how Dota has gotten to $15 million.
15.5. All their stretch goals have been met.
And as far as I know, the Smite pool is generated in similar type of ways to the Dota one. Like, it's a little bit crowdfunded. But so all that money that's being crowdfunded above $1 million, it's kind of unclear what's happening to that.
Wait, for Smite?
Yeah. Because
so
a certain amount of it is being crowdfunded. I don't know the specifics of how, but...
Yeah, but so how much is Smite themselves putting into?
I can't answer to that. I have to follow this link and read all about it.
Yeah, I only read the headline about it, and I was like, this is confusing because wouldn't you want your game to have higher prize pools because that would generate more interest competitively?
So here's the thing. The way Smite is viewing it is they want to theoretically take the money above the $1 million and take that for other prize pools for different, not just the Grand Championship one.
Oh,
but
so they want to fund more tournaments year round.
They want to have more tournaments because their approach is they want to, as many people as possible to make a living playing esports.
Okay, I
which
can
is
see that.
A noble cause, but is bananas.
Well, I mean,
it's cool. It's cool. It's a good idea.
Esports players, they have tournaments every other week. They're playing competitively just constantly, and really there's only 3 times a year when it gets actually shown,
like televised or something.
Or
not televised, but
news
streamed
news is following it. Because it's the big events. The big event for League of Legends, the big event for Dota 2. Smite's tournament is new. Last year, because I think last year they broke 1 million as well. And then, maybe COD?
I don't even know. Oh, yeah, I guess there's a big COD event every year.
There's one.
So it's a noble cause to try and spread it out, but if they're a certain amount of this money they claim to be crowdfunding for the pool. If they're keeping too much of that, then that's fucked.
If they're going to be putting it towards other tournaments,
cool, great idea.
That's great, but that means they also are responsible for televising it as well.
I'm sure they will,
because no one's going to care if the money is going to the people more, if they're not going to be able to see where that money went. Right.
And so here's my biggest... Here's how I feel about the whole thing. It's kind of cool that they're trying to get more people to make money doing esports, even though Ryan thinks that that's not cool or whatever. But what's cooler? Being like these people who are like, hey, I think more people should play esports and make a living doing it. Or being like, yeah, well, our tournament, you can make $15.5 million. Boom! More money than the Masters tournament. Like, clearly, that's way more awesome. Like,
well, yeah.
Smite has nothing on Dota 2. Like, their cause is noble, but it makes them look weak in comparison.
Yeah, I mean, the giant check thing, yeah, it's for advertisement, pretty much.
Well, good, whatever works.
I mean, yeah, if they broke it out more, the money would be spread more out evenly, because there's so many factors that go into playing. Mm-hmm. Like, one person could screw up and then cost their whole team, millions of dollars now for Dota.
True, but that just makes it a super exciting once-a-year event that's like, wow, so much money on the line, more money than the Masters. Like, that's
cool.
Like,
are you talking like PGA Masters?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you don't listen to our podcast.
Oh.
At $50 million, it surpassed the Masters tournament in terms of the prize pool. Okay.
Yeah, but now I got a sweet announcer.
A sweet announcer?
Okay, I got Bristleback announcer. And,
because you bought the compendium.
Yeah, and I got
happy for you.
I got like Dota 2 music now.
I'm happy for you, Joe. So as with all conversations that involve MOBAs, I feel the need to mention in closing that League of Legends is a game for babies. Ryan, stop typing.
Wait, did you hear what they announced?
Ryan, MOBAs so MOBAs are dumb, is what Ryan is typing. He says big dumb butts.
Wait, but why does it say Joe hates us?
Because you don't listen to our podcast. So Ryan, tell us, Joe, how much money have you spent on Dota 2? Approximately.
Approximately, maybe like $60.
Ryan, how much money have you spent on Heroes of the Storm?
How much did it cost to get access to it?
I don't know. But
that amount.
You buy MOBAs, so maybe they're not dumb.
I bought the compendium, and then
dumb.
I bought some of the stuff to feed the prize pool, because once you buy in, it's like you're not gonna you wanna.
I'm not gonna not buy more stuff.
Well, you're not gonna not put a little bit extra money in there so you can get the rewards.
Joe, this sounds like a giant money-sucking scheme.
No, because I have a limit.
Before I get a call from my accountant, so it's like, whoa, bro, slow down.
Yeah,
Ryan, Ryan doesn't
enough...
like MOBAs.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you want to talk about Bloodborne for a second instead?
Not really. This new story doesn't sound that interesting.
All right, that's cool with me.
God damn it, Ryan, there's no pleasing you. Bloodborne announced it. Sony said there's going to be a patch for Bloodborne coming very soon that will allow you to have scaling matchmaking with your friends, which is pretty cool.
Sure.
Because if my Bloodborne character is way too high a level and Ryan wants to play with me, then I can just jump in. I don't have to make a new character and level him up to his level. It's cool.
How's the scaling going to work, though? Is it just going to be the average of...
They were not specific.
Well, because that's going to make a huge difference. Are they going to scale down or are they going to scale up?
They're going to
probably
scale to match the host.
Yeah.
They were not specific. It'll scale your stats, not necessarily your equipment.
So it'd scale So if you're super high level and Ryan just started and you joined him, you would scale down to him so it would be equally challenging?
Yeah, because I'd be in his world.
Okay.
So I'd have to be approximately his level, because his enemies would be around the level that he was.
So you wouldn't just join in and be able to one-hit everything.
That's the idea, yeah. So that they're removing the level restrictions, but also making it so that... Ryan, what is your problem? Ryan, you got a bad attitude today.
No.
Why can't we talk about the Witcher 3 patch?
Grump.
Ryan, I knew this could be a grumpy catch. A grumpy cat. Grumpy cast?
You're thinking Kevin Catch?
I am. Well, okay, Ryan. Well, you can make all the news for next week. How about that? How does that sound? You can pick what's news.
Ryan, it's okay. I'll help you.
Yeah, but Joe, you pick shitty news too.
I love picking news.
Ryan, you've picked like a news ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I pick
so
a
you're not
plethora.
interested in this Witcher 3 patch 1.07? You play The Witcher.
Yeah, but it's whatever.
I pick a plethora of news, and then we can just pick and choose from it. Doesn't have to be news that I care about either.
Okay, guys, Google Witcher Wild Hunt patch 1.07 if you care, but Ryan doesn't, so he's not going to.
It's probably going to fix like flying horses.
They didn't mention that they're doing stuff like they're fixing the player stats, they're creating a new movement system, crafting and alchemy components no longer add your overall inventory weight. It's a bunch of good quality of life improvements that are good. But Ryan says it's not news, so we can't talk about it. Sorry, guys.
Are they gonna make Geralt not feel like a drunk motherfucker when I play as him?
They are adding a new alternative optional movement response mode for Geralt. So it's very possible.
Oh,
But it's
cool.
not news. We can't talk about it, you guys. I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
we don't talk about updates. We just talk about
News.
games.
I want to talk about Destiny.
Aw, man.
Destiny's doing this weird thing where they're bullshit. They suck. They're terrible. They're doing this thing where, like, if you go into the game, you can prove that you've been, like, a long-time player of the game by accomplishing these 10 particular achievements, and it gets you something cool. You get in-game rewards. They weren't very specific yet. So
And it's just because of the uproar for the Taken King coming out with all this special stuff that newcomers will get.
which we talked about extensively recently.
On a previous podcast.
But you have to do things like clear the different story modes, including the stuff in the DLC, get to level 20, find out the golden chest, win 100 Crucible matches, which I don't even think I've done that.
I've done that. 50 public events. Are you kidding me?
I've definitely done that.
I don't think I've done that.
So I probably have most of these done already.
They have a checklist in the game.
Yeah, I haven't logged in yet since they released this. But
yeah.
the two of the achievements on here, the two checks on the checklist, are beat both the raids.
On hard mode.
What?
It's hard difficulty. It's not even normal.
Get the fuck out of here!
It's hard.
Okay, so that's bullshit.
It's the enemies will be max level or level 32.
I think you also have to beat the highest level of the Prison of Elders, the 35 version.
Yeah,
so
you
basically,
have to do the hard mode of that too.
They're saying it's like for people who have played the game, for like early adopters and stuff, people who have like played the game since day one. I bought the game the day the game came out.
I don't think that's the case. I think they're looking at just the
Tryhards.
diehard fans. Yeah, the tryhards.
I think it's bullshit because I bought that game on day one, and they owe me something. That's it. They owe me something.
Yeah,
I bought
you
their
think
fucking
that
game before it was even out.
Why wouldn't they just do something like, "Oh, did you create a character before this date?"
It's like, did you play the game the first day it was out? Give me something free.
Yeah,
Actually, they did give you a free shader or something, some black type shader or something.
Better not be blacksmith.
No, it's not. But they were giving out keys for that at E3.
Yeah, you told me about that.
And speak of Destiny, the apparently the Red Bull quest thing, the
yeah, did I tell you about that?
Ryan is just deleting news.
I don't even know what that one was.
You're censoring us.
Oh well, whatever. But yeah, so the key gen, yeah, I can't remember if I brought that up to you, but
you mentioned it to me. Yeah.
Yeah. People have found out already the scheme of how the keys for the Red Bull are made.
Apparently, it's just a couple of different letters. Like it's not like a full alphanumeric system.
Yeah, and so you can just generate your own and get the items, or the quest or whatever.
Which also means that potentially I could go and be a law-abiding citizen and go and get a pack of Red Bull and buy it and enter the code.
And the code could already be taken.
And some schmuck in Sweden that just randomly smashed on his controller would have already entered that code out of pure chance. So, we're going to be following this one. It seems like a crazy fucking thing. Kind of makes me happy, though.
All right, cool.
Ryan has decided that the fact that Zombie U coming to Xbox One and PS4 is not news, so we're not going to talk about that.
That's fine.
Even though I think that that's kind of crazy.
All right, well, in recent wake of the, Batman Arkham Knight PC failure, did you hear about Final Fantasy XIV on the Mac?
I did not.
They screwed up in the statement of what the system requirements were going to be. And so when they made the game, it's, I think, either nearly or pretty much unplayable. And Square Enix has halted all releases of the Mac version. Come out and said
Jesus.
it will most likely never be able to match the Windows version of it.
Jesus.
And they are suggesting the people who have purchased the game go get a refund. It's good on them at least that they're saying, hey, we know we screwed up on this. This is really our bad. Please go get a refund.
That is good. That's good of them to realize that they messed up. But come on, guys. What year is it?
Also, Macs really don't have that much different system requirements. You just have a base Mac, right? And it's Macs, build a little bit better.
Macs they never have you're never gonna find a Mac with a powerhouse GPU in it because you can't put your own GPU in it. It's still a certain form factor that it has to abide by. That my GPU by itself is wider than the entirety of my mother's iMac, or whatever
absolutely.
they're calling them, including the screen and all components. So there's yes, I know it's to some extent Apple has optimized the form factor of some of their components, but come on, how powerful is that thing going to be?
Yeah, no, also on the developer's part, this is it's not as huge or important because it is Mac sales. Mm-hmm. So, but that's the equivalent for system requirements. That's the time the Mars rocket or whatever, rover crashed into Mars because one group used Imperial and the other used metric.
Mm-hmm.
It's I'm saying a lot too.
Ryan, you've been
has he been
I want to say
editing?
Unusually silent, but that's not necessarily true.
It's news.
You've been usually silent. Ryan, why do you hate news so much?
I don't know. Nothing's really news.
Ryan, are any of the last few things interesting to you?
This one.
That's not news.
Yeah, Nick told me that's not news.
The Nintendo NX is not necessarily news, although Joe dropped some knowledge on us that I was not aware of before we started podcasting.
Yeah, I just recently read that they announced or suggested that it will be as powerful as a PS4.
I don't think that's true. I don't think they ever said that.
I'll have to find the article.
Pixar didn't happen.
And then, I forget, what else did I tell you? Did I tell you anything else?
All right. Yeah, Ryan's typing now.
Dark Souled.
Yeah. Okay, Ryan. Okay, so Ryan, you don't think it's news that they showed a trailer finally for Minecraft Story Mode?
Who gives a shit about Minecraft Story Mode?
A million children,
No,
1,000 million
that.
children.
I put that as news because it shouldn't even be news.
Well, we knew they were
not news.
We knew they were making the game, but they showed a trailer, and the main character is voiced by Patton Oswalt.
Yes, but
Because
it shouldn't be a
why
game.
the fuck not?
This is a game about like not having a story, and now Telltale is going to give it.
Whatever, Ryan. Yeah, no, that's the weirdest thing ever because they're gonna have to invent a story.
Yeah,
Like-
and create characters that you're supposed to like bond or relate to because it's Telltale, so you're gonna have to make a decision.
Well, I also heard that Tales from the Borderland is a good game in spite of itself, and that
Yeah, that's what I heard,
Telltale, like the fact that it's Borderlands doesn't even matter. It's just like
Yeah.
it's like a good game.
It's a good
Like
storytelling.
good
game.
storytelling game. So I'm actually really interested to see what will become of.
But how are you going to do
Minecraft
that with
story mode.
Minecraft?
I don't know. These guys they're story weavers. They'll figure it out.
It's going to be like a pivotal point where your block friend is trying to get out of the cavern and a creeper is about to explode and you have to decide save yourself or save him.
Oh, well, I don't know if they're going to have those really dark choices in the game.
Because
but,
it's Minecraft.
Uh,
Also, I suppose Patton Oswalt also gives a lighter feel to what the story might be.
yeah, I think it's not gonna be a serious game. It's gonna be as far from like the Walking Dead as they could possibly go, which I'm pretty okay with.
Okay, yeah, Ryan, I was going to talk about this if you actually cared about that.
Which one?
So someone like
The Sony Nintendo PlayStation?
yeah, like someone combined the two as a console.
No, it's way more interesting of a story than that. It's so a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Sony and the other company, I think it's Philips, were like basically dueling bids to develop CD technology for Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was going to be a Super Nintendo add-on that played disc-based games.
Oh, like the Sega CD?
Exactly
Yeah.
like that, in fact.
And so apparently this got all the way to prototyping, and somebody found one. And it's
like
just super
it's
cool.
like the janitor of the Sony facility that they housed it in. They tried to destroy most of the prototypes, but like the janitor found one in the attic, and they're just like, "Hey, just get rid of all that stuff." And he's like, "I'm just gonna take this home." And then his son found it and put a picture of it on Reddit.
Yeah.
I desperately want... There's like, in this GameSpot article, there's like a few pictures of games.
Ooh, there's
Oh, they
games?
actually had developed games for it?
It's a blank, no label cartridge that just says 92, 10.6, and then some Japanese characters. So I'm hoping that there's
how
some...
mysterious.
I'm hoping... This guy wants to try to turn it on.
Oh, it's a terrible idea.
Yep. But I want it to happen.
Only bad
things
things can
like-
happen for that.
Dude, no.
The
You create like a
poltergeist
black,
is going to
create
be
like a black
released.
hole.
The bones of the Indians that were destroyed from it.
It's created on top of an Indian burial ground.
Yeah. So I guess one last
still
thing from
typing?
me, at least, that I thought was... Oh my god.
So Ryan, please tell us more about a wolf with an eye patch.
Oh, that's from a
Metal...
half an hour gameplay footage demo of MGS5.
Yeah, but what's
I could
the news?
only guess, yeah.
It's Diamond Dog.
Oh, is he actually called Diamond Dog?
Yeah,
God
it's
damn, I
Diamond
love
Dog.
that game.
It's Diamond
That
Dog.
game is so good already. I've never played it, but it's so good. I can't
That's
wait.
an amazing
Guys-
picture, yeah.
Guys, it's Diamond Dog.
It's just Diamond Dog. Is it? I can't believe that's really what they're calling him because isn't his unit Snake's unit the Diamond Dogs?
Yeah, that's Diamond Dog.
So is this story going
You're
to
not-
take place basically with how his unit gets its name?
I'm not sure.
I also want to say at some point you meet Diamond Dog when he's still like a puppy,
That's great.
and then
my
like
God.
time skip, and now he's just a full blown wolf, and he also has an eye patch.
I hope his puppy version
'Cause
has an eye
Diamond
patch
Dog.
too.
No, because that's how you know he's older because he's all grizzled and he has an eye patch.
That's
I'm
true.
also assuming that Diamond Dog is voiced by David Hayter as like just a little like nod to the fans, the previous entries in the series.
So is he just going to make dog noises?
Yeah, David Hayter, he's a very talented voice actor.
Like,
He can make whatever kind of noises he wants.
I still secretly hope that MGS5 is just a big ruse like MGS2, and you play as Kiefer Sutherland's Big Boss for like 45 minutes to an hour, and then sudden main character change, and then David Hayter voices a new character that is just called like
As
not so solid Snake.
I think that's very possible, but there's also part of me that goes like, they did that once before, they probably won't do it again. But I want them to do it again.
I want that to happen. Mostly because apparently Kiefer doesn't have much to say.
Yeah, so that's a crazy thing. Is
demos.
that all these demos that people are reporting, like they played the E3 demo and everything, and it'll just be Ocelot like talking to Naked Snake. I keep calling Snake Naked Snake. He's the boss now? They just call him the boss?
He's Big Boss.
Big Boss.
He's not the boss because the boss is
that lady's
his mentor. Yeah.
Big Boss.
Spoilers.
So like Ocelot would just be like, all right, we're gonna go to the base, we're gonna do this and this, and Big Boss would just be like, yeah, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna bring a dog with us, and then there's a lady with a sniper rifle, she's gonna do this, we gotta get the horse, and what do you think about that, the boss, Big Boss? And like he doesn't really speak. So part of us is like, okay, well they really couldn't get Kiefer Sutherland to like say that much, and some of us are like, oh well, that it's just because it's a ruse, and they claimed they were hiring him, and they hired him for like 6 lines, and then they really got David Hayter to do it. Either way, that game's gonna be bananas.
Yes.
I can't wait. I need to play 4 before that happens. I don't know why I feel compelled to play 4, but I want to play 4.
You haven't played 4 yet?
No, because a long time ago, I was informed that if I didn't play 3, then 4 wouldn't make any sense. And since then, I think you've confirmed that that's not entirely true.
Yeah, you might be okay.
Maybe I'll just watch like a Let's Play of 3.
Just watch Metal Gear Scanlan on the giantbomb.com.
Maybe I will.
It's because the nice thing about that is that Dan Reichert likes to do wrap-ups for Drew, because Drew gets confused because Metal Gear is fucking convoluted as shit.
Dan Reichert, he's got his head right in the right place. He's coherent, and he knows he can keep track of many detailed storylines and then regurgitate them in a comprehensive and like coherent way. Yeah, that's him.
He's flawlessly minded.
More like he just really likes Metal Gear, so he just gets it. All right, so I think it's going to do it for news. Ryan, are there any other gaming websites that you'd like to plug while you're at it? Because they like to do that, I've noticed.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and plug bearversusman.com.
Oh, good website, bro.
Good website, solid website. That we put stuff on there when I feel like it.
I like to go read the articles.
Joe reads it for the articles.
That's true.
Yeah,
Joe does.
Good articles when we decide to write them.
Yeah, I'm working on one.
Really? I'm intrigued.
We're not going to talk about it.
Please don't.
Okay.
We'll have to tune in next time.
No, that fucking dog.
We're on Facebook. Bear vs. Man on Facebook. We are at Bear vs. Man on Twitter. You can send us a question to our podcast and we'll answer it. And that email address is questions@bearversusman.com. That's a place where you can send us a question.
I like that email a lot, actually.
It's a good one. It's a solid email.
You know exactly what you're doing.
We're on Vine, although me and Vine are in a fight right now.
You don't have your Vine account back yet?
No, it's gone forever.
Are you serious?
I've emailed the Vine support team multiple times.
What did you do?
And they were I don't know.
Oh, I thought you meant like you emailed them and they said, "Sorry, bro, it's gone forever."
No, they just haven't responded to me at all. I've badgered them every day for like 2 weeks, and I said, "Well, fuck it."
Man.
All right, well,
so me and
time
Vine
to
are in
start
a fight.
another Vine account.
I mean, I did.
It's not like that
can't
can't happen.
I'm still mad.
Did you lose your videos?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Do you have them
They deleted
saved
the whole thing.
anywhere?
No. I mean, there's some on my phone, but like they're mine, and not like the ones that I like revined, which is the ones that I really care about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
get
really
that.
care about those ones.
Those are the ones I wanted.
What else are you going to be able to go back and watch and laugh for hours and hours?
I had so many revines, you guys. So many revines. Well, anyway,
We have
we're on Vine.
Twitch.
We have a Twitch. It's twitch.tv/bear-versus-man. You can go to it, and we might do something on it.
We want to do something different kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes events are held.
Maybe something where like Ryan plays a scary game.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Amiibo brackets.
Sometimes. I do want to kind of do that again with some revisions.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I
Potential.
agree.
What do we forget to plug? There's the website and the Twitter and the Vine, Facebook.com/bear-versus-man, and that's bear vs man.
Yes,
That's how it's spelled every time.
every time.
Yeah,
but all those
Bear
links-
versus man is a whole other
Oh,
thing.
yeah, don't go there. That's a terrible website.
We're on Mixler.
Yep.
And
Bear
Stitcher.
versus Man, and Stitcher.
Mhm.
Thank you, Joe.
Don't forget to check out the iTunes.
Oh yeah, if you give us 5 stars,
Damn, Joe's
I'll-
good at this.
I'll fly to your home and pet your dog.
Metaphorically speaking.
No.
He'll make a vine of him petting an invisible thing. You can cut your dog into that video.
And then post it on the internet. We have a Periscope that we've never used before.
Do we have a Periscope? I guess it's like
I
it's
made-
like it's like linked to Twitter. So
I made one. It's ours. We have one.
At this point, you're also like, and we have a kick. If anyone
What's
wants.
a kick?
is
Do I have
that?
to get one?
Isn't that like the messenger thing?
is that like a? Oh man, what was that thing that was just like?
Yak?
Oh, you mean
Is that the
Yik
one you
Yak?
send dick pics on?
Yik yak? Bro? Or whatever.
Oh, dude, Yik Yak is
Yik Yak is just anonymous Twitter. It's pretty cool though.
I like Yik Yak. I got yacked once. Is that what that's called?
That sounds like some sort of sexual act, Ryan.
No, that sounded more like vomit. You know, like, ugh.
I know when you get yacked.
Yeah.
One time I yacked. How do I turn up when I'm already turning down?
And you got like
And
you got like mad upvotes.
I did, and then somebody says you got a problem here, and I'm like, that's true.
Nice.
Yik Yak's kind of a weird thing, especially considering I apparently live near some sort of college community that I didn't know about.
It's probably more high school community.
Well, they keep talking about going to some. I keep seeing like yiks about. Sorry, they're not called that. I keep seeing
No, they are.
yiks.
Yiks?
They're called
I think
yicks.
they're called yaks. Actually,
Isn't that
So-
some kind of racial slur?
Maybe.
No, you're projecting. I keep seeing yaks that are about like going to some soccer house or something, and I was like, I didn't think there was a university or college anywhere near here.
Oh,
Like, I understand that Boston is a college town, but I'm not near Boston.
Isn't there the Bay State? Like satellite?
Who knows?
There's like satellite campuses, if those count.
Or would there be people like living in dorm type units on these things? Or would it just be like for commuters?
It would just be for commuters.
Well, then I don't know what these people are talking about going to the soccer house and stuff like that.
I had another yik yak that said I was in a Five Guys once, and this guy couldn't get in the Five Guys, and then I said to that guy who couldn't figure out how to get into Five Guys,
You got to turn left
and then
right away.
left.
You got to turn left right
And-
away.
And then he left, and then I said, "I'm rooting for you, man. Get that burger."
And then you
I don't
replied,
even know if we're
"Thanks."
in the. I would assume that we're in the same yak category.
Yeah, so we're in like the town that we live in. Yak.
I
thing.
don't live in the same town as you guys anymore.
Oh, well, fuck off then. You're screwed.
Yeah,
Well,
can't
yeah, but
you
I think
you
it's
can
like a
set it.
mile
You can set it to
radius.
what- no,
Like-
you can set it to whatever you want.
Yeah, you can peek at
You
places.
can set a home base, but you can only ever do that one time ever. So, wait, what we're getting at is that Yik Yak is anonymous Twitter, and therefore you cannot follow us on Yik Yak, so I don't know why we're talking about it.
I don't know. Yeah, we got kind of carried off that way. So wait, do you guys have any other ways of or apps
No,
to
it's
contact you
pretty
guys?
much it. Check us out on Mixler. Sometimes I might be doing a Mixler broadcast this weekend because I have to drive to Braintree.
That's far.
It's not super far, but
It's like an hour.
long enough. Not one direction.
Oh.
You gonna be
It's probably
playing
more
them?
like 30 minutes one way.
If you sit in traffic, it's an hour.
I might be going on like a Sunday morning, so I'm probably going to be good.
Yeah, probably.
Either way, I might be doing one of Bear vs. Man's famous drives that are live and just kind of chatting it out while I'm driving to Braintree.
Cool.
Live drive.
Drives that are live.
Live drive.
Can't call it that.
Yeah, sure we can.
Well, folks,
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
yeah, I'm glad you guys had me back.
We're glad that you came back and you talked about news with me.
Yeah,
Fuck
next time
news.
I will just be.
God damn it, Ryan! What is this podcast about?
Next time I'll be
That's it.
an okay special guest, maybe a normal special guest,
You'll be a barely meets the minimum
special guest.
special guest. Yeah.
Joe, just find more news.
No, just find better news.
I will get all the news.
We
Next
can't
time.
make news. We've been over this before, Ryan.
Yeah.
We only present the news as it is.
I can create.
Bear versus Man, the news makers.
I
It's
can
like
create
Stormy
news.
Shores. Stormy Shores doesn't control the weather. He just tells you. He just goes outside and he says, "Yep, it's hot." That's all he does.
I just go, hey, stop being hot.
And then the weather
Stop it.
changes.
and then just the weather obeys your every command.
And
Because
then-
you're Stormy Shores,
Yeah, and then I can report. It's no longer hot. It's raining.
but it's still kind of hot.
It's humid.
All right, that's gonna do it for the Bear versus Man cast. We'll see you guys next week.